Amplified.
All right, welcome everybody to the Amner Martinez podcast, the fourth, season 4. Wow.
Season 4, we're back.
That sounds interesting.
What?
That sounds important.
Yeah.
Season 4.
Season
Let's
4.
just make it sound important.
Yeah.
Why not?
Like my job title. Yeah.
Yes. What is your job title? Media director?
Yeah, media director.
Yeah. That sounds pretty important.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, well, thank you everybody and welcome back. We've been gone for a few months, but 2022, new year, we're starting off. And our first guest is a local Des Moines DJ. As we were discussing earlier, people that leave Iowa and then come back.
Right. She still has not come back. I
She
mean,
comes back to DJ.
Yeah, to DJ or to see family. In this case, to see family.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah, the story is someone from Des Moines left Des Moines and is now flying.
And is having
Right.
success.
Right, having success outside of Des Moines.
So she DJs all over the country, and in some cases she goes internationally to DJ.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good as a DJ. Like that's
Hell yeah.
a goal, right?
That is
Hashtag goals.
Hashtag, yeah, whatever the hashtag is about DJing. That should be the goal.
Yeah. Awesome.
I mean, for most, I would say.
yeah.
You gotta have the hipster DJ. They say, "No, I don't want that.
I don't want that.
I just want a DJ in my bedroom."
Are you a hipster DJ?
Yeah.
So, and you also, a little backstory, you were the one that like taught her how to, or at least in the beginning lessons.
Yeah, I helped her with some things in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then she just, on her own, like she just like took off.
And she tells us her story and, you know, where she came from and how she's, you know, where she's at as far as her career. So anyways, it was an exciting guest to have for the first episode. So we want to thank Daisy, DJ Dacey, for making time for us. She barely made it, but she made it.
Yeah.
But it's a great story because, you know, some people want success and they want to get places, but they're not willing to put in the work. And it seems like she is, and it's paying off.
Oh yeah.
So thank you, DJ Dacey, and please share this. We're back. So this is DJ Dacey. So Daisy,
Yes.
about the almost no show.
Right.
What was I was like, harass her, text her, bro, text her.
Yeah, no, I forgot all about it because I was partying. You know, after I was done DJing, I went and hung out with my friends that I haven't seen in years.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
that's
you're
what I
from
did.
Des Moines.
I'm from Des Moines, yes.
Yeah.
So it's
Were you
been
born here?
Yes, born and raised.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so I haven't seen them. I hung out with them, watched football, and then after that went home and slept for 13 hours. Basically
Your
in a
body
coma.
was like needing it. Your body needed to rest.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, definitely. That's what.
So is that like pressure from a DJ? Like, so we were like, dun, 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 dun. So we were hyped like 11 a.m. We were like, she's coming, and I had the music going. We were getting ready, and then like, oh, she's not coming. Then the music went down. Kenji's like, I'm not even ready.
Oh my gosh.
So is there pressure for like DJs to just always, or like, because you're the party, you make the party, right? Like when you're DJing places.
Right. Yeah.
Is that pressure for you to always be like
Always
in party
upbeat.
mode?
Yeah, definitely think that's what I kind of portray myself, like, you know, social media, who I am as a
Right.
person. I'm just always upbeat,
Yeah.
and I've always got to like kind of be entertaining all the time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, luckily that's who I am naturally. So.
And when you're not, people are like, "What's wrong with you?"
Right, exactly. Like, dude, you're fucking weird.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah,
good?
yeah.
Like, do you
You're
need a
the
therapist? Are
DJ.
you okay? Like,
You're the
yeah.
DJ.
But I'm like, no, I'm just chilling. Like, which is funny because I love being by myself. So I can kind of like refresh and like charge my batteries, and then once it's charged, then I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So DJing, when did you start DJing? And you started DJing here?
Yeah. So I started DJing. Well, at first, before DJing, I was like really heavy in the party environment, you know,
Right.
because I don't know, I just like the party world. I'm like, how am I going to make money doing this, you know?
You're a what's the word? Clubbing?
I was a club rat.
Club rat. Okay. All right.
Club rat. I was go-go dancing before, so I was go-go dancing in Des Moines, and then I went to like Minnesota car shows.
Okay.
Like when that was like really popular back then, when there was
Yeah.
a lot of go-go dancers. So I
Yeah.
did that. Eventually, I started realizing that it's not really paying my bills, and I'm like, what am I doing with this?
Yeah.
And then I started partying with like people like.
Let's name drop. Let's name
I'm like, let's be
Name
careful.
drop.
Let's
Tell
be
us,
careful about
please.
this. Yeah.
No, this is where.
Yeah, I don't know how much filter this is, but yeah, no. So I started go-go dancing, and then eventually I met like cool people like Kenji,
Yeah.
Raj, and then they, especially Kenji really helped me with the whole DJing. I'm like, hey, dude, like I actually like want to start
You want to do it. You were
DJing,
serious.
yeah. And so he was like, yeah, dude. So he'd come over to my place and then help me like work like the Serato. Serato's like a DJing platform you use to
Yeah,
mix.
yeah, yeah. Mhm.
So I started doing that, and then he taught me how to beat match a little bit, and then from there I just
So
took
you're
it.
Kenji's protege. You're
Yeah,
his.
he's my sensei.
He's your sensei.
He's my sensei.
But
Love him.
that's interesting because that you told him and you went through with it because I'm sure a lot of people ask you, right, Kenji, hey, show me how to DJ. I think I was one of them. I was like, show me. But I had no like.
Yeah, actually, I recall like when she asked me, there had already been like a lot of people that said, "Oh, teach me," and especially girls like would tell me like, "Teach me" and all this, and I told Dacey, I was like, "Nah, dude, like, go out and get some fucking gear, and then I'll teach you." Because then I feel like a girl, if she's just messing around, she's not gonna do that.
Right.
Then she went out and got like CDJs and a fucking 4-channel
800s.
mixer.
So you took it serious. You were like, I want to learn how to DJ.
Dude, yeah, I did. Yeah, I brought my first equipment was the 800s, right? The CDJ 800s, and then I got like a DJM 750, and so it was like a really like legit setup to start with, And then once I got better, I graduated from that and moved on, and then started DJing like everywhere in Des Moines. And then I'm like, okay, no, I got to do something else. I gotta move to a bigger city to make this seriously, because at that point I'm like, okay, like I want to take this further, and make this a full-time thing where I can do this.
How confident like in yourself were you? Were you like, I'm doing this? Were you blindly committed, or were you just testing it out? And what was it?
I think it was like both. I think like I was in a really dark spot at the time. I just broke up with like a serious relationship, and then I'm like, okay, I need something new. I need a new environment. Need to really take my DJing seriously. This is my priority now. No boys.
Yeah.
Just work.
Yeah.
And so then I chose Phoenix. And yeah. So
Why Phoenix?
I couldn't afford California.
Okay.
To be honest. Yeah. And plus my mom lived out there, my sister. So I'm like, okay, it's still a big city. And
so
it's
you
so
went
affordable.
to DJ over there.
I went to DJ over. I moved there.
You moved there and
Yeah.
you're like, I'm gonna DJ here.
Yeah.
And how did that go? Like, you just like go talk to people, or did you have some connections, or you started from scratch basically?
Yeah, I didn't know anybody except for my sisters and my mom, and I did talk to a lot of people, but obviously like you're not really taken seriously. So it actually took me a whole year to start getting gigs.
Okay.
So I was the whole year I was talking to people, networking. I did get like small like stuff here and there, but not necessarily clubs. I was doing like house parties, and I was doing like free stuff, just to get my name out there. And then finally,
when you mean not serious, like what is, they'll just be like, yeah, we'll call you, or
they're like, they'll shake it up, like, just be nice, like, oh yeah, I got you. And then we would exchange like social media. I would talk to all the DJs, like especially in Scottsdale. I don't know have you been to Scottsdale?
No, I
Arizona?
haven't been there. No.
Yeah, so it's like Scottsdale has this really big like nightlife. It's an old town.
Okay.
So it's like a big hub of like bars back to back, and like it's really nice. It's like a miniature Vegas. Like a lot of people from all over the world, I don't know why, visit to Old Town to party, like, and do their bachelor parties and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, I would hit up all the DJs out there, and they're like, yeah, I got you. And then like nothing. Yeah. So, and then eventually, a year later, I started to get gigs,
some gigs,
get residencies, and then from there,
So, and now I was looking at your social media, and you DJ in Brazil. Is that like, tell me where you've DJed?
Yeah, so I've DJed. I did Brazil. That was really cool. I did that this year, last few months ago.
Okay.
So that was really cool. I've DJed in Mexico quite a bit. I've DJed. I travel a lot. now in the U.S. for like casinos, concerts, even like private gigs for all those rich bastards out there. I'm like, I don't care. Bastard. Just give me the money. Let's have fun, you know? So yeah, it's really cool being able to just like being flown out all over and being around a lot of different people all the time and meeting new people. So it's really rewarding in a way.
So from where you started, give us a little time frame, like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago.
When? What do you mean?
Did you start DJing?
Oh yeah.
Did you move to Arizona?
Yeah. So I started DJing like 6 or 7 years ago. I'm not quite sure. Yeah. 6 years. 6 years. Yeah.
Then when you got booked to like Brazil, I mean, as a DJ, that's gotta be really cool for any business, right?
Yeah.
How did that feel? Like, how do you have to like pinch yourself? Like, oh shit, this is like a real thing.
Yeah. At first, it seemed sketchy, you know, like no one. Some dude just reached out on Instagram and like, yo, what's good? And I'm like, oh yeah, this does not sound great. Like, this is too good to be true.
Yeah.
Like, why me? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And so, everything turned out fine, and I'm okay. And
yeah,
so,
you're alive.
Yeah.
You didn't get traffic. You didn't get human traffic.
Right. I didn't get right. Most people would be like, don't do that, but I don't know why I don't ever listen, and I always take weird risks like that.
Yeah.
Put my life in jeopardy.
But what?
But
so that's a true, like, because you fly. How much of that was fear, and how much was that like excitement, and how much was that I'm crazy?
I think all of it all at the same time. Yeah, I'm crazy, but that's, I don't know, I'm just crazy like that. Yeah. But it was really cool. Everything worked out the way it should be. Brazil was really beautiful. The only thing that was really hard for me is they speak Portuguese there, and I don't speak a lick of Portuguese or Spanish alone. So
how did you do it? How did you get around the?
Just had a translator, but her English was not good either. So I was finding myself doing like hand communication,
hand gestures.
Yeah,
Mexico, same
and then
thing.
Making well, Mexico, there's a lot of people that speak English there.
Okay.
In in Brazil, there's not a lot of people who speak English. So.
And this clubs, or what did you DJ?
What was that? It was a club. Yeah. So their clubs are very different from the U.S. So it's not like, you know how the U.S. it's all like lights and a big stage and it's like, you know, all these like cool like atmosphere stuff. But in Brazil, it's like they're still traditional, and like their clubs are more like lounges and bars, and they're really sophisticated. It's like this dark vibe, and there's like candles in the corner, and like
okay.
You know, it's a cool intimate vibe. And there's no like production lights, or there's no sound guy, there's nothing like that. It's just really old traditional like vibe.
What about Mexico?
Mexico is dope. It's like here, you know, there's there's like it's like a half thing. It's like a bar, and then there's also like an outdoor spot, obviously for the views and stuff. And then there's like this huge warehouse I was DJing. It's called Ice House, and it's this huge warehouse, and it's like massive, dude. It's, like, it's really cool. Yeah, it's really different.
So do you have to change your like play, like your set? Do you have to adjust to, or do they tell you, or like how do you know how to get? Because you're in a different country, literally. Like, how do you know what's
to play?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got the Mexico gigs because I started doing a lot of Latin sets. Like, I don't know why a lot of Latin clubs like booking me, and I'm like, you realize I don't know what the fuck, like how to speak Spanish, right? And like me, like I will just do whatever I can to like, you know, like make money to get those opportunities, you know, because if they're gonna book me for that a lot, then I'm gonna have to like do my research and like really like dive into it hard. And so that's what I did. So after I got a couple of residencies in Arizona, like a few years ago, that were like Latin clubs, then my name started to like kind of like people knew that I was starting to become a Latin DJ by accident. And I'm like, dude, I'm not just a Latin DJ. Okay?
What's you're Vietnamese, right?
I'm Vietnamese, yeah.
Vietnamese American?
No, just Vietnamese.
Vietnamese?
Yeah.
And you're Latin, you're somewhat of a Latin DJ.
Right. A few years ago, I was heavy in it. I'm like, okay, I want everybody to know that I'm not a Latin. Yeah, right.
So how are people hearing from you? Like, this social media, is that kind of where you're getting most of your
gigs? It's word of mouth, social media. I've just been working really, really hard in Arizona. Like all the gigs I've DJed everywhere, and just word of mouth, you know. And so that's how I get my gigs. Is everybody knows who to go to, I guess.
Yeah,
as far
yeah.
as DJing, and plus like with the like female DJs, like now it's becoming like exponential, and there's a lot of female
More
DJs.
yeah.
But like when I first moved, there was not a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and so I guess I was kind of like early in the game, I guess.
Yeah.
And I was able to kind of be consistent with it too.
Because you don't have an agent, do you?
I do now. Now, but not like before I didn't. Yeah.
Okay.
So I have an agent for a couple of things. I have an agent. His name is Stephen Mai. He's my Vietnamese, so I do Vietnamese stuff too.
Okay.
That's the travel stuff that I do a lot. He gets me booked for a lot.
Did you go to Vietnam?
I've been meaning to, but because COVID, they're still they're still closed off. We can't. No one can fly in or out of there.
Okay.
So yeah, but I have. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. No. So okay. So I was curious about that because you did your first Vietnamese event like 2 years ago, sometime around 2018, and you're like, I'm really excited. What is the difference? I mean, obviously the music and the language, but
yeah.
I mean, you're the one that's done both, you know, even 3, like Latin, you know,
Vietnamese,
Americans, and
yeah,
then, you know,
Vietnamese.
tell us a little bit of the contrast of.
Yeah, it's the people for sure are very different, you know, like and it's so funny because like as far as like the aesthetics go, like the Latin, they like all the curvy looking girls, and then in Asia, like Vietnamese people, they like thick, skinny girls, and so I'm always like struggling between the two looks. And
they like the pancake butt.
Yeah, they like the pancake butt, right? But then huge, like bigger tits, but like pancake butt, like top heavy. And I'm like, how does that what? So it's just very different. And like the Asian people, like what is very different is like they. Well, actually, it's not that big of a difference because Asian and Latin crowds, they just like to get fucked up.
Right.
Just shit faced.
That's what I was gonna ask you too. So, at some point, the Latin scene here was pretty dope. When
here in Des Moines?
yeah, right.
Okay,
when it was Aura and it was
dude, yeah.
With Kenji
Salsa nights,
and yes,
with Kenji.
And then I remember seeing like a pretty big like Asian like party scene.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still?
Where
here, like the scene.
I don't know, Kenji. What do you think?
I don't think so. I don't.
Yeah,
not really. Like, there used to be like a Asian, like where they all got together.
Yeah,
but now they're just kind of scattered, you know, everywhere.
Same with Latin, right? Like that kind of died off a little bit. There's not like a spot where every Saturday you go to.
Sense. Yeah, I know back then, you know, but not anymore. I think it's.
But it's true, like. So who are that's my next question. That was another question I was gonna ask you. Like, who's the biggest party animals? Since you travel, like you've done, you know, all kinds of different like.
Oh my!
Who parties the hardest?
I think it's both equally the same. Yeah, they're equally the same. But if I were to choose, I would definitely say the Latin people.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, Colombians are pretty up there in my. Like, if you party with Colombians, then you better be ready,
dude. Never with them, never ready. I would find myself like taking shots, but like throwing it, or like take a shot and then grab like an empty cup like this and then
like
just, go back smiling. And
what do you think, Kenji? Who's the biggest crowd or the biggest party animals?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna say, Colombians are pretty hardcore, man.
Yo.
Yeah.
I mean, Mexicans are pretty hardcore too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just I guess it depends, right? Because if you go with like a Mexican that's like regional, that likes Mexican music, like country like banda, Mexican, banda and all that,
traditional,
they go fucking hard.
Regional, they do.
And then Colombians, they're just anything Colombian.
Yeah, once they bust out the aguardiente, it's like game over.
Yeah,
oh my God.
For me,
I think. I
feel like Asians party fucking hard too.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying.
Dude, I just did a wedding last month, and man, they just like the Hennessy was pouring.
Dude, and you just can't stop, and you also can't say no because it's disrespectful saying no to a shot. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember being in a party with predominantly Colombians, and they gave me a chain or a whatever, and then it had a little shot glass on it,
bruh.
So. And then, so you don't never use your shot glass. Yeah.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Yeah. R.I.P.
They party hard. So, so when you come to Des Moines, obviously we're a little bit behind on a lot of things, right? Like, the club scene here is not necessarily, I don't know. popping, I guess. What is your take? What do you, or what? Yeah, maybe give me your opinion, because I never left, so I go on vacation a couple times here and there. But
good.
But you've been gone. When you come here, what gives us your take on it?
I know, like sometimes, like with like bigger cities, like in Phoenix, like I know, like we always have to be on top of our music game, right? Mm-hmm. So we're always constantly, like as DJs, we always have to like find the newest, freshest. Be right when the song just comes out, we're already playing that the next day. And I think in Iowa, maybe that's when you're saying like we're a little behind in music, maybe because people like, you know, like all the stuff that they already know.
They're familiar
they can sing along.
with. Yeah.
Okay. And you can never go wrong with that. But I remember introducing some newer stuff, like at some places, and they were the crowd would just clear out. And I'm like, oh, what am I doing? And then I would have like a panic attack, and I'm like, okay, dude, this is not happening.
Yeah. So you're like, let me give you
let me
the
go back.
Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, let me go back to Lil Jon real quick. Like, yeah. So, or Pitbull or something. But yeah, but that other.
So is it the crowd that's not quite up to, or is it the club owners, or is it the DJs? We have one right here.
Right? Yeah. What do you think, Kenji? No, I think. I don't know.
Is it a mix of everything?
Honestly, I see the trend more where here in Des Moines, like nowadays, you gotta play like newer shit.
That is true.
And if you don't, like people like literally look at you like, man, that fucking song is like 2 months old, bro.
Yeah.
That's so 2 months ago.
So they want you to play.
Yeah, man. It's
newer stuff.
Point, like I don't know. Like one time I played in Kansas City, I played a bunch of old shit. Like old shit, and people were vibing. Like, it was nice, you know. And here in Des Moines, like now I feel like I have to do my homework every weekend and play new shit, because they're like, you don't have it.
Yeah,
you don't have it.
I do. What? I'm leaving. I'm like, oh, then leave. but no, I mean, like I DJ'd at freaking where was it? I DJ'd at Envy, yes, I DJ'd at Club Envy with Kenji. It was really nice. It was really cool actually, because I did get a lot of requests to play the newer stuff, like Lil Durk, Baby, and like, you know, all those people. And then back then, like I know when I would DJ at like Voodoo, like 2-3 years ago, they won't respond. They wouldn't respond to that. So then that's when I had to go back to like
okay. So
it's cool to see that. They're on. We're up on the music game.
Yeah. What's your favorite? Like, what's your favorite? Do you have a style? I mean, I know that you were being forced to be a Latin DJ. But
not forced.
No, but I mean, they were driving
music.
you towards Latin DJ. But so, is there something that you like, that you like? If I could DJ this all the time, this is my.
Oh man, I have really bad ADHD, especially with music. I would listen to the song 15 seconds in, and then I'm next. Like I like everything, so depends on my mood, depends on everything. I can go from like jazz, EDM to all of a sudden like screamo rock to like trap. Like it totally depends. I like everything equally.
So you're gonna have to like be good at everything, because any party can book you, and then you gotta kind of adjust to that.
Especially like even like 70s, 80s music. Like I listen to that because there's a lot of holiday parties, and you know. Like,
how often do you come back to Des Moines?
Not very often. I should come back more, but not very often. I'm always working.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Where's your next gig?
Actually Seattle. That is in 3 days. Well, for New Year's.
New Year's. Okay.
New Year's Eve. Yeah. So that's gonna be cool.
Have you ever DJed in Seattle before?
Yeah, 2 or 3 other times. 2 or 3 other
So
times.
kind of like when you get booked one place, most of the time you're probably gonna get another gig if you're good, and you obviously are getting booked back. So
yeah. So yeah, it's you know, I find like every time I'm DJing out of state, there's always somebody in the crowd that wants to book me for their future events.
Okay.
So that's really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what's the best city that you're like, oh man, I love DJing here?
Miami. Miami is my favorite. Yeah, like South Beach.
Okay.
That was really cool. I just like the people are so good to look at, and like the music, the clubs, the clubs. Yeah, right. The clubs are really nice, and they like all sorts of music. So that gives me a lot of fun as a DJ.
Is that where you explore the Latin side of your
actually
personality?
A little bit, yeah, exactly. Personality. I don't do a lot of Latin sets anymore. I did like 2 years ago, but now it's it's like, yeah, I've been doing more EDM and like been doing more hip hop.
Okay.
But yeah, like with my residency back in Phoenix, I'm DJing at this place called the Lola, McFadden's, Phoenix and Answorth and Phoenix. So those are all American places.
Okay.
And then Latin, I do like a guest set, but I don't have residency.
What do you play there at those residencies?
So like Lola is kind of like more like just like an American restaurant, and it's like pretty upbeat and fun. So I do happy hour there during the daytime, and then at night I transition to like, because it's within the same owner. His name is Scott. He owns that place, and he owns McFadden's and Answorth. So I sometimes would transition from there to McFadden's right after, and then start doing like your typical like open format DJing, like club set, which is like top 40 music, top 40 hip hop, 40 pop music.
So this is like your full-time job. You're DJing
full time
all the time.
Yeah, that's
like how many days a week do you DJ?
It's really sporadic, but it's minimum of 4 times a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's and you're traveling.
I find myself traveling maybe like twice or 2 or 3 times a month.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. Yeah.
Like, does it get tiring?
No.
No? You still got the energy
I do get burnt out sometimes, but like I always kind of I manage it. I know how to manage it my life now, but before it was like out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kenji's I wanted to ask this because Kenji has a video that he posted out about 10 or the 10 most annoying people.
He sent me that. That was so cool. Yeah.
So what is the stuff that sometimes some people come up to you and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. Obviously the request thing happens a lot, you know, like, dude, I'm playing like right now, let's say like the crowd is like vibing on like EDM right now, and then someone comes up and says something like, oh, can you play
Tupac?
Yeah, okay, that's a good one. Like Tupac, like that's fine, I can drop that in somehow. But it's like, let's say I just come in with like they're like, oh, play Lana Del Rey. I'm like, what the fuck? Like or like, you know, or play like it's like something like sad. I'm like, dude, do you not see like if I drop that, everyone's gonna clear and you're the only one dancing, and then I look bad. So people just don't realize that. But yeah, we do try, but sometimes if it doesn't make sense, we won't fuck with it.
It's just like, come on, man.
Yeah. But I think people are starting to realize now, don't mess with it. Like, don't tell us what to do.
Yeah. Is it insulting in any way? Because basically they're saying,
if they come back a lot,
you're doing.
If they come back a lot, then it gets really annoying. I'm like, dude, you should consider DJing then, because I'm terrible at
Have you done that too? Like, have you had a dude? Have you had a moment where you're like, dude, come on?
Yeah, I would have to tell security to like, not let them have net near me, because I will fuck them up.
I mean, how fucking sad and pathetic is it that you have to fucking go to a place and then try to change the vibe to your liking?
Right.
And that's how sad. Like, you're a sad fuck. You're a sad piece of shit, man. And it happens. Like, I see people that go to bars and then they're wearing like their AirPods.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yes, dude. Because they can't, like, I don't know, like, you know, because especially when you're playing an open format, there's people that can't stand EDM, or people that can't stand like hip hop or whatever.
Somebody doesn't like something,
and then they put their fucking AirPods.
Really?
And they're there by themselves. It's pretty sad.
That is sad. And sometimes like I do notice the ones that are really annoying are the ones that are like blacked out, like drunk, like.
Oh yeah.
So then you kind of like.
I annoy Kenji sometimes.
Yeah. What kind of drunk are you? Like.
I'm the annoying one.
You're the annoying.
But I pull the friend card sometimes. I'm like, come on, man. Then he was like.
Yeah.
I don't play it, but
as long as you're not the emotional ones, you're fine.
The emotional one. So, what's a good advice for like people that want you to like play their jam? Just say it once and then go, and then see if.
This is my favorite like thing to say. Like, oh yeah, that's cool. I'll see what I can do.
And if the DJ says that, then that's it. Leave. Don't come back and request it again.
Well, yeah, and then I start to like kind of be like, hey, dude, like I will see what I can do again. But you know, you can't come back up here right now.
I don't go to your job and tell you what to
or
do.
Another thing is when like they're like drunk and then they're like they have like a bottle or like a cup of like just alcohol and they're like over the DJ equipment. I'm like, oh my god! I'm sure with Kenji, he sees that he's like, oh god, he's kind of like your heart stops.
You're like,
like stop, right? Yeah. So that's really scary.
I straight up tell them to fuck off, man.
You do?
I tell people to fuck off.
Like literally, you say fuck off.
Get the fuck out of my face. I say shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you said more things to people.
I say like no. I like if I told you what I tell people, I would get canceled so quickly. Yeah.
So let's not go there.
No, definitely not.
Okay, we'll tell you off the
I
air what
wanna
he
go
told.
there.
He's gonna tell you a story. It's hilarious. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But
yeah.
so social media. How is
Yes.
that? So obviously you're saying that like from there you're getting a lot of gigs and stuff like notoriety and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
how are you using social media? Like, what do you think the impact on social media is in like your DJ career? Break it down a little bit.
Yeah, the impact on is key. Definitely, you can't be a DJ and not go heavy with the social media. I understand sometimes I do get really annoying, but sometimes if you don't become annoying, you will be forgotten and people will forget you easily. So you have to really market yourself very well and be consistent with it. I do sometimes struggle with the consistency aspect of like posting and like make sure I'm posting like regularly.
Yeah,
because I'm really bad at that. I need to find somebody for that with me. But yeah, it's key. Especially as a DJ or any type of entertainer, you have to, go heavy with the marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what social medias do you do? All of them? Like, is there one that predominantly you use? Like,
yeah, it's Instagram definitely, and then Facebook I have it, but I noticed with my Facebook it's more geared towards like the Asian crowd.
Okay.
It's like Asian people, they're all on Facebook. None of them are on Instagram. So I use Facebook for my Asian people,
Okay.
and then also I use Facebook for like personal too.
Sure.
And then Instagram is like just all work. It's all work for all like people, all audiences. Yeah. So I'm heavy
TikTok?
on both. TikTok, I did have a TikTok, but yeah, I don't know why. I need to go on that, but I haven't been on TikTok
Supposedly
a lot.
TikTok is like the king right now, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've been using Reels on Instagram more than TikTok. But yeah, you can get really successful very fast on TikTok. I have a lot of friends who are really famous on there.
They're probably
millions.
younger.
They're really young. Yeah, they're younger.
They're younger.
They're younger.
Yeah.
Yep. They're doing like stupid shit, but they would get like millions of
Yeah.
views.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But it's paying, right? Like,
They're not really getting paid as much as you think. Yeah.
So that was gonna be a question. That was
Yeah.
gonna be a question.
Yeah.
Are you looking to monetize out of your social media? Is that something that you're gonna put effort behind, or is it just strictly like DJing?
Yeah, definitely. I like to do fun, quirky stuff, and do that. Again, I've just been really bad with my consistency with the content thing, but I need to get better with it. That's probably one of my new resolutions for this upcoming year is to really go heavy with my social media.
So you have an agent now. So
yeah,
that person helps you. So you're building a team, like
yeah. He's it's through influencer model agency. His name is Scott. He's definitely helping me with that. So it's and then take me to the next level. So, yeah, it'll be cool. We'll see.
What are you looking forward to in 2022?
What do I look forward to? I look forward to just taking my career to the next level. I feel like I've kind of been playing really safe, doing the same thing. So now I kind of want to, see what I can do, like global, like see what I can do to get known like all over the world.
Nice.
And then also I've been doing production, so hopefully I can release new music in the first one.
Okay.
January. Yeah.
All right.
So it'll be exciting.
So you gotta send it to us, or you gotta send
Yeah.
it when like what? So you're producing your own music.
Yes.
And then you like releasing it, like you're gonna put it like tell me more about that.
Yeah, so I was supposed to produce like a long time ago, but I've just been so okay and complacent with DJing. Like, I'm fine. I don't need to produce music.
Yeah.
Like, why do I need to do all that? But then like finally I'm like, dang, like there's only so much you can do as a DJ, and if you can't produce, and if you want to get to the next level, you have to start producing music. And I was like, okay, yeah, it's fine. It's time. Like I need to take it seriously. And so I've been using Logic as my DAW system for producing music.
Okay.
And it's going to be more EDM based. But I also do want to do a lot of remixes too, because you would hear songs like, damn, I wish this was like more fucking lit. Like the drop could have been better.
I see,
you know, or like the song is like popular, like Doja Cat's. Like Doja Cat's music is cool, but you can't. Most of her songs you can't play in the club because it's so slow.
Oh, so you want to put some.
So you have to. I want to make it to a club.
I wish this song had some fucking balls.
Flair. Yeah, like big balls. Yeah, you gotta be.
It's got little balls. It needs big, giant.
Big balls,
hanging balls, man.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. It's like, dang, and then or some mixes like that's already been remixed. It's like, dang, I could do better than that. I just need to learn how, and so that's what I've finally been doing. But yeah, I'm really excited about that, and I have a good team of people who can help me get there.
Put it together,
put it together, yeah. So that'll be interesting.
Well, I don't see why you can't reach that because I mean you started DJing here in Des Moines with Kenji and then now you're DJing basically all over. I mean Mexico, that's international, and all over the country, right? So
yeah.
So how do people find you? Like the handles,
the social media handles.
Yeah.
So I have Instagram. It's DJ Dacey Official, and then Facebook. It's just my name, Dacey Wynn, and I don't use Snapchat, so don't add me on Snapchat.
Okay, all right.
I don't know who I'm talking to. Like that's so like.
And there's contact information on your Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And I'm pretty quick with my DMs most of the time, so I'm there.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for making it because I was like, man, that would be a cool first, end of the year kind of podcast. A DJ and then we were like, wah.
I apologize. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for making it happen still and dealing with me. But thanks for having me here today.
Whenever you come back, we have to catch up because then you'll have music to show us.
Exactly. I'm so excited to show you guys. But thanks so much for having me.
Thank you. And here we go. All right, so we're back. DJ Dacey, great DJ, good show. She'll travel. She's open for hire. How does it feel that you taught her and she's having that kind of success?
Oh, she's having the success that I didn't want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like it's gotta feel
it feels
good, right?
good. It feels good.
Yeah.
But I thought you were going somewhere else.
You thought I was gonna
because like you had like
give you shade.
Yeah, it sounded like
and you're not
that general asshole like tone that you have. Very condescending. Yeah, you're being like a condescending bitch, and I think most of the audience will pick it up too. They're like, oh, okay, here we go. How does it feel to?
No.
Yeah.
No. So
you sound like a bitch.
Some people.
Paul.
Paul.
Yeah. How many times he sounded like a bitch?
No. What I'm saying is, like, if I train somebody and they find a better job, that makes me feel good because that means that I did a good enough job to make them, be successful.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel like I did that much,
but there was a little bit of that. I wanted to see what you felt.
Yeah, I know.
Why you felt like she's traveling and you're not.
I know a bitch when I see one. Like, yeah, when I see somebody being a bitch, I pick it up instantly. Yeah,
I know.
I knew that's where you were going. You're like, how does it feel? Yeah, you fucking cockroach.
Anyways, she's having a lot of success, and I think she's just kind of starting to take off some more. So we want to congratulate her, and I'm sure she'll be back. So hopefully when she comes back. Oh, she said she had music coming out.
Yeah.
So when she comes, we'll have her
listen
drop
to
some beats. Yeah.
Drop some beats on the show.
So and maybe hey Daisy, if you see this, send us the beats before you get them, so then we can start playing them. So, all right, well, great first episode. We're a little rusty, but we'll get back to a groove.
You can speak for yourself. I'm fine.
You're fine.
I'm totally fine.
I know. I'm not. But our next guest is Paranderos with their new album El Chantaje.
Paranderos local.
Paranderos, their local band. They
well, somewhat local. I mean,
yes,
it's kind of like a Frankenstein of bands.
Local, international.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And they made it happen. And we'll talk about that on the episode. So look out for episode 2. But share this episode. Thank you everybody for watching or listening, and we'll see you soon.